Your goals as Rob for doing corner pressure is to try to put your opponent off stage as quick as possible and just kill them right away. Down tilt is a really great Rob corner pressure tool because you can push opponents off stage, and Rob can also set up gyro with it. You can also set up runoff fair, and you can also extend it with more down tilt chains. And down tilt is also just a great move because it sets up for tech chase scenarios. Fair is another one of Rob's really great tools when corner pressuring people. Rob's back air is just a really big, meaty hitbox that just covers jump and covers any commitment out of the corner. It's a really great tool for just punishing your opponent for doing something, and it's a really strong move at that. Even though it's a bit on the slower side, it is still really great. Nair is another one of Rob's really good tools when putting your opponent in the corner and pressuring them. But just keep in mind that both forward and reverse Nair have different coverage and hitboxes for doing anything, so just keep that little tidbit in mind. Nair is really great because it sets up KO confirms in the corner and walls people out that are trying to jump in because of how fast and how much range it actually just covers. Gyro, as you all may know, is also just a really great tool in general for Rob, but it's also really good when doing corner pressure with Rob. Gyro Charge is really good for baiting out shield, and actually just shooting Gyro is just a really great projectile if it hits them that is just putting them off stage, and it also gives Rob ample opportunity to just grab Gyro, which then in turn lets you just put more pressure in with Gyro Nairs. You can also condition jump out of the corner with using the projectile, and you can trap opponents between Gyro and the ledge depending on what options they choose to do. Fair is another one of Rob's good tools when putting corner pressure onto his opponent because of just how fast and safe it is. Fair is mainly used for rolling out aggressive attempts to escape the corner, and if you're able to hit someone that's just doing more an aggressive option in the corner with forward air, you're putting them in a really risky situation into just getting edge guarded and taking their stock. Alright, very good percents for you. Rob's biggest struggle as a character is trying to get out of the corner. Even though Rob has a variety of options to trying to get out of the corner, your main goal as Rob is to try to get back at the center stage or on the platform. Let's talk about Rob's tools and trying to deal with getting out of the corner. Down tilt is a really good option to try to get out of the corner because it's a move that tries to keep you grounded in place and can catch approaches really good because of how fast and safe the move is. It can make your opponents more scared to do anything because they don't really want to get hit by Rob's down tilt because of how good of a move it is in setting up tech chase scenarios or just kill confirms for you. Just keep that in mind when you're trying to get out of the corner, that Rob's down tilt can also be a little bit more predictable, and if your opponent catches on to what you're trying to do, they may just punish you outright for doing the down tilt, so you have to keep in mind of just mixing up the options that you do. Another really good tool that Rob has is his gyro, yet again. If your opponent isn't too close to you, gyro toss can force shields or knock them back, and shielding next to an active gyro can create more defensive options for you to do, and Z-drop out of shield when you're pressured is just a really great tool in extending more combos and getting out of the corner. And lastly, let us talk about Rob's jump, a universal tool for pretty much every single character, unless maybe you're a little Mac. It's pretty good with helping create space while you're in the corner, especially with access to up B and other aerials that you're able to do. Most opponents aren't really able to chase you because Rob's jump height is a bit bigger than most other characters. However, you still have to keep in mind the opponent you're facing. Like if you're fighting Falco, obviously he's going to be able to chase you when you go that high up, so just keep in mind about that. And this can also be combined effectively with the burner boost tech you have. So with all of that, jump, well, some may say it's not that good at getting into the corner just because a lot of people can catch it. When you use it in moderation, it can actually be a really good tool in just trying to deal with any disadvantage tool. And you have to remember, sometimes the best option won't be the best option, and you have to always dig deep in your pockets, especially as Rob, whose biggest disadvantage is his own disadvantage game. Sometimes you're going to have to deal with the more lesser of an option. What are your goals when ledge trapping as Rob? Your goals when you're ledge trapping as Rob is to keep your opponent at ledge for as long as possible and take their stock. There are multiple ways you could be doing ledge trapping, but first we're going to talk about Rob's ledge trapping without his gyro, just because of how important the gyro is, and we want to save that a little bit for later. But for starts, let's start with back air. So with back air can hit your opponent that's like clinging onto the ledge, and because of how big the hitbox is, it could just hit your opponent. And then also because of it being so strong, when you're just putting back airs out ledge, your opponent will be forced to do something because of how scared they'll be at doing anything. And because of this, you could just catch your opponent with, say, either a jump or a neutral get up with your back air, and you could take their stock relatively early with this pretty much low effort move just because of how scary it is from getting hit by it, which makes them feel like they have to do something really fast. There's also another move that's pretty good for ledge trapping because it can also hit the ledge just like back air, and it covers a large area surrounding Rob. And also because of how fast it is, it can just catch your opponent off guard when you just go from not doing anything, from just putting out this super safe fast kill move that can just wind up taking your stock really early from ledge. Down tilt is also a really good option for ledge trapping because just like the other moves mentioned, it can hit ledge, but it's not as consistent as the other moves because of just how the hitbox works. So for some characters, it'll be just hitting a lot more than other characters will. This option is really good because of the low cooldown it has. Like, for example, you can shield after doing 2 down tilts with your opponent still like not really recognizing the situation you're in. And you can pressure your opponent into choosing a ledge option with these down tilts. Because of how fast it is, your opponent may just like say do a roll from ledge, which you could do a down tilt and instantly catch with like a run up smash, taking our stock. So just keep that in mind, and just knowing your opponent's like ledge get up timing. Just because with that, you're going to be able to take stocks relatively early-ish, depending on what aspect of the down tilt you hit them with or what you set up with down tilt. Side B is a little more niche when it comes to ledge trapping. However, it's still really good because it can cover jump from ledge and the neutral and get ups and rolls. But however, it does lose to get up attacks. However, if someone does a whiffed get up attack, you can still just punish it with a side B. But keep in mind, you can also punish whiffed get up attacks with a lot of other moves too. So you don't always have to use side B. However, side B is really good if, say, your opponent jumps off of ledge and jumps back onto stage. And if their jump isn't that high, you can intercept it with a side B. And lastly, for the gyrolist section, we have shielding. Shielding is just a universal mechanic that every character could do, but we'll talk about the basics that Rob has with it too. So shielding just deters get up attack because if you get up attack and send someone shield, it's super punishable and you're gonna get hit for it. And you could just up smash out of shield on get up attacks and rolls depending on your reactions. And you could side B out of shield on get up attacks, as long as doing other moves also, including F smash, which a lot of people wouldn't really be looking out for just because of Rob F smash not being used much. And then because it is like a catch bad DI with it also being a bit faster, and if you think side B won't KO yet, F smash would be a better option out of shield than say any of the other moves because of how strong it is. And the next session we'll be talking about would be Rob's ledge trapping with gyro. Rob's ledge trapping with gyro is arguably one of the best ledge trapping tools in the game. Rob's gyro is really good because you're able to just shoot it at ledge or throw it down, and no matter which way you use it, it's still really good. First, let's talk about the gyro shot. Gyro shot's really good because it just keeps an active hitbox at ledge, and unless your opponent intercepts the gyro when they're, say, jumping from ledge, it's going to catch them, and getting hit from the gyro and getting sent backwards is really bad for obvious reasons of putting yourself in a bad position off stage. And alongside of that, gyro shot also can make people scared to do an option, allowing you to just get one of your other moves incorporated here, like say for example getting a back air at ledge. If someone's really scared of getting off of ledge, you could just hit them for stalling there and losing their invincibility, which in turn came off of the gyro shot. And next we have Rob's down toss gyro, and there's 2 variations to this. Rob throwing the gyro down when he's facing outwards and when he's facing inwards. When Rob is facing outwards, the gyro has true combos to back air, side B, and down air. And when he's facing inwards, he has true combos from back air, side B, F smash, drag down, up air, and up smash. All really great tools, and no matter what scenario you're using it is going to be beneficial to Rob no matter what. And this option is a lot more better when you have a lot more time to actually set it up, whereas gyro shot is a lot more like, let me throw this out here and try to see if it covers more options, whereas the down toss is a lot more planned and calculated. And then lastly, with the gyro ledge trapping section, we have Z drop gyro. It's pretty much the same as for down toss, however, it falls slower than the actual toss itself, and because of this, it stays out longer, being more active, which just can catch your opponent more, just because of it being more active. And then raw Z drop out of a full jump can also cover jump from ledge and neutral getup. And if depending on the way you're facing, you're able to get anything from run off side B, forward air, or anything else. And the next section we're going to be talking about is getting off ledge. Your goals when you're getting off of ledge as Rob is to try to find a good opportunity to get back at the stage and decide whether it's worth it for you to go high or just to go back to ledge. These are some tools that you have that can help you get off of ledge. First up, we have ledge dropping. Rob can recover better from high, and Rob can fly out and away, then up high to get a better recovering position. With ledge dropping, you also just have a lot more access to stuff, like you can laser and gyro across the floor, you can ledge drop and jump gyro shot, you can ledge drop cross up with a back air depending on what your opponent's doing. You just have a lot of options to just do stuff. You can pretty much do anything you want, even including like a ledge drop, jump up air to catch someone off guard. Like, you have so many tools with ledge drop just because of how Rob's moveset works. So it's really good to experiment with this, especially because of how Rob struggles a lot to getting off of ledge. Depending on your creativity, it can really help expand your potential in getting better with the character. Out of ledge jump, Rob also is able to do either a nair or an up B depending on what you as the Rob player are going to want to do. Say if someone's a bit farther away from you and you just want to cover the space that you're trying to land on, you should just go for the nair. However, if someone's actively antagonizing you and you want to try to go for a different mix-up and go for a different scenario, you can try up being high and go land off of that instead of having to deal with staying at ledge. Another thing you can do with pretty much every character is be patient. You can whiff punish your opponent if they go for anything. As say if someone tries dash attacking your ledge getup, you can wait and then be very patient, drop from ledge, and just do anything. But this implies the more whiff punishing aspect instead of just straight out doing it.